and David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines. And now a chance to take a look at some numbers for Allen.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
And nothing tips off a broadcast like getting the lowdown from the sidelines. And we've got David Aldridge there for that. David, good evening.
Well, Kyrie Irving rediscovered his maternal lineage with the White Mountain family of the Standing Rock Sioux tribe. He lost his mother at a young age, and by connecting with her roots, he's found a piece of himself. The tribe gave him the name Little Mountain. Kevin?
Great story, DA. Thank you. Offenses in this league so creative, Clark. A lot of them very hard to stop. And tonight, we get to see 2 of these great offenses in this one.
What a treat. The fast pace that these teams play with really wear you down defensively, and the way offenses can space the floor and spread you out, boy, it's fun to watch, but it's certainly hard to defend.
And now the Lakers starting group. LeBron and Davis, the incredible forward pair. Rondo and Caldwell Pope in the backcourt. And it's Howard in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for the Nets, Prince and Durant are at the 3 and the 4. Irving and LeVert are at the 1 and 2. And it's Jordan in at the center, locking down the middle.
And that stroke of Durant, effortless. I mean, easily pulling up from the perimeter. Textbook form. Beautiful to watch.
Now here's Rondo. Pass to Davis. The shot, no good. Good D by Irving. Prince against LeBron. Launches a 3. Prince misses. And so it's Davis. He'll bring the ball up for Los Angeles. It's a 3-point game.
Yeah, first and foremost, he's a pass-first team player. It's Caldwell Pope. Love seeing that.
First quarter of play, 1 minute played. Now, here is Irving. A 14-point game for him in the win against Philadelphia.
And it was not a one-man show. That was the best part. He had just as good a game with his passing as he did with his scoring.
LeBron, that's a 2-pointer. A second chance effort. And Davis gets it to go.
Just so resourceful as a player. Davis gets the job done inside in all sorts of ways. And that's one of them right there, crashing the offensive glass, getting that second chance bucket.
Now, here is Irving. He seems to always be finding ways to score, averaging around 23.5 points a game. 6 to shoot. Outside for Durant. From deep. The shot misses. And it's the Lakers the other way. This game against Brooklyn here, it's their first look at the Nets.
Yeah, and they put up a goose egg last year when they played this team twice.
And you look back at those games, just a one-sided affair between them.
And those are exactly the kinds of plays that can spark a team. Just solid work down in the paint.
Irving passes to KD. Great D that time from Davis.
You know, right now they're just 1 for 5. Rough start so far.
And he gets the bucket.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Nets trail by 5. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. And the trade for Anthony Davis, a risk for the Lakers, but they feel, Greg, that both sides will find an extension this offseason.
There is mutual interest from both sides. Lakers made the trade confident Davis would resign. A bit of a leap of faith, but the Lakers did everything they could to secure Davis long term.
Let's check out the Eastern Conference standings now that we're in the new year. You look at the Nets, the season well underway, and they've been solid in 3rd right now.
And right now for the Nets, they have caught the entire league off guard. This was not a position anyone thought they'd be in at this stage of the season.
And the credit belongs to them for what they did and didn't do during the offseason. I mean, they had a vision, they set it out, and they've stayed true to it.
Now here's Caldwell Pope following the miss by Kyrie Irving. Rondo looking around. Here's Davis, just 5 on the clock. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Davis is really the total package, a mobile, sharp-shooting big guy who can score from everywhere.
And guys, at this point in his career, Anthony Davis just entering his prime. Crazy to think when you look at what he's already accomplished thus far.
The first one falls. And we were talking about Anthony Davis. How do you even put into words, Greg, what he's able to do on the basketball floor?
I mean, he's entering the conversation among the best big men of all time. On a nightly basis, dominating in so many facets of the game. Really, it's remarkable.
And both free throws good for Davis.
And among NBA bigs, he is known for his ability to deliver at the free throw line.
Pass to LeVert. Back to Irving. Shot to stop the run. And that's 2 points on the layup.
Boy, Karis LeVert has done a nice job elevating his playmaking ability, which helps him and his team.
James against Prince. Caldwell Pope passes to Rondo. Prince against LeBron. Here's Davis from 8 feet away. He drops it in. Davis has got 8 points.
And, you know, got to admire the patience inside from Davis. Outstanding at staying under control, taking his time, and burying the quality shot.
Now, here is Irving. Lobs it up for Jordan, and it's Jordan with the jam.
Yeah, you got to respect the athletic reach of Jordan now. Throw it up, and he will bash in the alley-oop.
And here's Rondo. He's still scoreless so far in this one. LeBron outside. Davis kicks to Howard. Rebounded by the Nets. They're coming off that win against Philadelphia.
Yeah, I felt like they attacked, but with a purpose. They knew what they wanted to accomplish coming in.
Boy, it really showed the trust they have in one another. I love how they got after it, and you could feel that they were playing for each other.
And James picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And so it's KD with it. He brings up the ball for Brooklyn. Trailing by 5. It's stolen by Davis.
Well, that was a superb read defensively. He jumped right into the passing lane the instant the ball left the passer's hand.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What, you mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas, I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
Now, here is Irving. KD looking around. Falls through. He's now made 2 of 4.
One of the things you've got to admire and respect about him is his aggressiveness at the offensive end, always in attack mode.
Caldwell Pope outside. Here's Howard. Nails the baby hook.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
Here's Irving following the basket by Dwight Howard. Irving passes to LeVert. Off target with his 3.
That's a look you cannot pass up. It's also one you shouldn't miss.
For 3, Caldwell Pope. The Lakers keeping it going. A new 14-second shot clock. And the shot goes in.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Nets trail by 9. Here's Irving. Passes it to KD. Three-pointer. Dwight Howard pulls it in. For the Lakers, they won their last contest, that game against the Knicks in New York.
And really showed their depth when they needed it most. On the road, having to manufacture points.
And, you know, the guys on the bench have great confidence in themselves. And when their name was called, they were ready to compete and contribute.
Here's Irving following the bucket by the Lakers. Outside Durant. Over Davis. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
He's certainly been cold this quarter, guys, but trying to shoot his way back into a groove.
Prince with the defensive effort.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
And, you know, quite a bit of turnover for the Lakers in recent years, guys, from the front office to the coaching staff. I think it's always important for an organization to have a common voice to speak in stereo and have everybody in proper alignment from the top down to the court.
Davis kicks to Howard. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Clock at 6. And the pass to Rondo over Irving. And Rondo gets it to go on the assist by Caldwell Pope. Caldwell Pope's got 3 assists tonight. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. And as the Lakers have looked to fill positions, Clark, a real affinity for candidates with the Lakers' history.
Yeah, you know, that's exactly right. They view it as a family, but here recently, they've expanded their options and have looked outside of past Laker pedigree in terms of filling some key spots, which is part of what you have to do if you're going to move forward and be successful.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. JaVale McGee's checked in for Anthony Davis. Kyle Kuzma comes in for LeBron. Green, he's checked in for Caldwell Pope. And Bradley's subbed in for Rajon Rondo. Now here is Harris. He's coming off a 10-point game against Philadelphia. Fires from deep. Dinwiddie's shot is off. Los Angeles leading by 11. Here's Kuzma, and off the front iron, and in it goes.
Yeah, second chance points, a huge issue right now. They're getting steamrolled inside.
Well, guys, nobody's boxing out. I mean, I could go out there and get an offensive rebound. They're just watching. And if you're the coaching staff, that's unacceptable.
Here's Dinwiddie, following the basket by Kyle Kuzma. Here's Chandler. No good that time. Excellent D that time there from McGee. Bradley drives in. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
And, you know, establishing that physical dominance early gives you a big mental edge, too. Don't discount that.
Nets trail by 15. Harris dishes to Allen. He kicks it to Dinwiddie. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on Avery Bradley.
Dinwiddie's so good at figuring out ways to get the defense to foul him. You just can't be careless defensively when you're guarding Dinwiddie.
Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Lakers.
It looks like they're ready to run, fellas. I mean, they haven't hesitated at all to get out on the break so far.
Yeah, also, though, they've done a good job of pounding the offensive glass for second chance points.
And he makes the first. And at 6'6", Spencer Dinwiddie's tall for a point guard, but Clark, despite his size, very slippery off the dribble.
Yeah, he's ill-like when you talk about him off the dribble, guys. I mean, excellent change of pace, and he's got a quick first step. And once he gets in the lane, his size helps him be a good finisher.
So he gets them both. A lot of different ways, Clark, to construct a roster. What would be your preference as a general manager? Any direction you might want to go?
Well, obviously, if you have an opportunity to get an outstanding franchise-type point guard or versatile wing player in today's game, I think those are the pieces that you really need to start with.
Because there's so much spacing and so much switching on defense.
Exactly, and I failed to mention a two-way player at that wing spot who can defend multiple positions but also has a pretty strong offensive skill set.
Rebounded by the Lakers. Howard's got his 6th rebound on the night. Green against Harris. Kuzma, right side. Here's Bradley, and he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Bradley's got his 2nd basket of the game.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous.
Now here's Dinwiddie. He had 10 points in the win against Philadelphia. Rebounded by McGee.
Well, he's much better than that. Really no excuse for missing that lay-in.
It's deflected. And so the ball out of bounds. Dinwiddie touched it last. With this break in the action, we can see the top passing teams in the league, courtesy of the 2K leaderboard. The Lakers, number 1. 5th best, the Nets.
These two teams have really passed the ball well all season. They share it, they move it. It's really a pleasure to watch how they approach the game.
Green. And it's sent back by Allen.
And despite that miss, a strong start for them offensively.
Yeah, they're scoring with confidence, Greg, making them count in the early going here.
You can see the frustration in the quarter on his face, especially with his team trailing.
Now here is McGee. Here's Kuzma. Feeds it to Howard. 2nd chance shot. No good on that one. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. To the wing on the left. Here's Claxton. Shot goes down. Very quick possession right there.
Set up on a platter that time by Harris. A room service dime right there.
Bradley deciding where to go with it. Pass to Kuzma. Shot clock at 6. Howard draws the double. Green inside the 3-point line. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
And so it's Dinwiddie with it. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. 17-point game. There's 45 seconds left in the first. Harris's shot is good.
You know, really good to see Harris playing with that kind of confidence because, you know, these shots will only help him get better.
Bradley with the ball. Currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Pass to Green. 6 on the shot clock. Howard kicks to Green. Launches it. Rebound, Brooklyn.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. Now Bradley. Anthony Davis firing on all cylinders for the Los Angeles Lakers. Scoring, rebounding. He was all over the place during that quarter. They are riding his performance right now. And don't go away. We'll be right back. Well, you see a lot of players who pick up a controller and fire up NBA 2K, thank goodness, including the king himself, LeBron James.
I play 2K all the time. Seriously, when I'm playing the game, I'm putting certain lineups on the court that I see could actually help us in real life, which is very weird.
Always experimenting, always keeping his mind engaged, Greg, with basketball.
And that's who Bron is. He lives, breathes, and eats basketball.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And for the Lakers, this has been the game they wanted to have.
Well, one way to generate more offense pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
Oh, there's no doubt about it, guys. Without those second chance points, this game would have had a much different feel to it.
Spencer Dinwiddie out there with Joe Harris. And there's Jared Allen. Then it's Wilson Chandler. And it's Claxton in at the 4 slot. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Los Angeles leading by 16. Bradley with the bounce pass. Waiters outside. Harris against Kuzma. Over Harris. No good off the back of the rim. And so it's Brooklyn with it. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Kyle Kuzma. That's his first foul. Here's Harris. And around a minute gone here in the second quarter. Dinwiddie with it, and it's Waiters picking him up. Rejected by McGee.
Yeah, if you had to pick the top priority for McGee, I think that's it. Contest shots, block shots, get in the air, use that length to deny shots at the rim.
Now here is Harris. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Kenny Atkinson, who's a native of Long Island, now has his dream job, coaching the Brooklyn Nets. He doesn't need praise or recognition. Instead, he's fueled by the fear of failure. He says, I always feel like I'm one banana peel away from never being in the NBA again. And Kevin, he's got his team playing with that same determination.
David, he sure does. Thank you very much. Kuzma, that's good.
Boy, Kuzma's such an impressive player, able to dial it in from these in-between spots with relative ease.
Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Now here's Allen. No points in the game yet for him. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Chandler. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. So a chance now to check out how the All-Star voting is shaping up.
And I tell you, the excitement's starting to ratchet up a little bit as the tallies start coming in.
And you look at Durant, the second most votes in the Eastern Conference have gone his way. He'll be a starter for sure.
And that's a byproduct of not just his talent, but of the effort he's put in this season. Nobody works harder than this guy.
A great All-Star weekend it'll be. We'll keep you updated as we get closer. Waiters on the wing. He's guarded by Chandler. McGee trying to break free. It's hauled in by Claxton.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Here's Waiters. Doesn't go that time. Dinwiddie with some nice D. Allen inside, guarded by Kuzma. Passes to Harris. Chandler outside. Here's the teardrop, and he lays it up and in.
How about that wonderful floater he has, showing off an exquisite touch.
And the Lakers decide to take their first time out here.
Boy, I covered Jared Allen in college, and you look at the physical profile he's got. 7.5-foot wingspan, big hands, explosive, really good athlete. He's got all the tools and an upside without limits.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Now here's Rondo. James, the pass to Waiters. Good D by Jordan.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Prince misses. Lakers leading by 16. You were talking, Clark, about Allen's length and leaping ability. He's dangerous around the rim.
Boy, he sure is, guys. Still developing his skill game, but he's already more than serviceable at the offensive end of the floor. And we know he's a rim protector defensively. Good feet, gets up and down, has a nice touch and good hands. Boy, this guy is going to be some kind of player going forward.
Here's KD following the basket by Anthony Davis. Waiters grabs the miss.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Now here's LeVert following the miss by Anthony Davis. Durant finds Irving. Prince outside. Over Davis. Prince misses.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on him.
Here is Durant following the basket by LeBron James. And there's the pass to Irving. The basket good off the assist from Durant.
And Durant just great at picking apart the defense. When they leave one of his guys open, he is quick to get the ball to them.
Now here's LeBron. He had 31 points in the win against the Knicks in New York.
Yeah, but he was the ultimate two-way player. Defensively, also doing a great job. A couple blocks in that game as well.
Kicks to Rondo. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. The putback. Great positioning on the putback. And the Lakers lead by 20.
Well, he's cooking with grease. He's got things flaming up, looking for an opportunity every time down the floor when he's that hot.
Irving passes to KD. Over Davis. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
And sometimes, guys, there's just no stopping Durant. His jumper is straight cash, and especially given how high his release point is on that jumper.
Now here's Waiters. James looking around. Left side Davis. Stolen by Durant. And oh, here we go. Prince has got it. The fast break chance. They grab their own miss. No good from Jordan.
You know, even though it's a point-blank range shot, that's not an easy one, especially when the defense is that tight.
And Waiters, here we go. And stolen by Jordan. It's Prince on the wing. Wide open. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got 6 rebounds here tonight.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
Floats it up for James. That shot off.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
To the paint, Durant with the steal. Pushing it up. A nice shot by LeVert.
What a tough make that was by LeVert. Refused to be denied, and great concentration.
And here is James. 10 points for him. Davis inside. He's against Jordan. And it's Davis missing. Nets trail by 14. It's Prince on the wing for the 3. Another shot. Jordan.
And this spot has always been Jordan's biggest drawback. He's never been able to make his free throws at even a modest rate, and teams are never afraid to put him on the line.
It's his first trip to the line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw good, Jordan. Clark, here we are in midseason, and some teams have already exceeded early expectations, starting to show that they are the real deal.
Yeah, no fluke, and that's what we call validation. Again, you have such a long season early on. The schedule can work in your favor, but as we get to this point in the season, Kevin, teams are starting to show you who they really are, answering doubters, and it's got to be extremely satisfying when you prove folks wrong.
Absolutely. And so James will bring it up for the Lakers. They led the game at 1 point by 20. The feed to Caldwell Pope. They need this one. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And a great track record in the draft for the Nets. Karis LeVert selected with the 20th pick, and Jared Allen taken at 22.
And you might want to throw in guys too. Rodion Kurucs, the 40th pick in 2018, had a big impact, even participated in the Rising Stars Challenge. And you know, sometimes you've got to make your own breaks, make your own good fortune, and that's exactly what the Nets have done.
And the first one drops.
Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, his defensive quickness sets him apart.
He hits both from the stripe.
Making it look effortless. Send this guy to the stripe, he's going to cash in more than not.
Here's Irving. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Irving's got 4 points in the quarter.
It sure was textbook, and Irving is fantastic in the screen roll. A solid decision maker in these sets, and he also can put it in the basket himself if he needs to.
Now here's James. He's got 10. Caldwell Pope outside. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. And that's now 7 points for Kentavious Caldwell Pope. Irving passes to Durant. Here's Jordan, and Jordan slams it in.
Yeah, Jordan is aggressive as a rebounder. He uses his massive body, athleticism, and long arms to wreak havoc on the glass.
Now here's James. He's a guy that can score, no doubt, averaging over 25 points a game. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And LeBron James, Clark, climbing the all-time scoring list, last season passing Michael Jordan. This season, Kobe Bryant. Clark, any chance LeBron someday passes another Laker great, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, for the most career points in NBA history?
I think it's simply a matter of his health, because if he stays healthy, then it's not if, but when. By the time his contract runs out, guys, in 2022, he'll be right in that neighborhood of my all-time favorite player, and I think the greatest player to play, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Free throw drops for James.
Still playing at an MVP level. LeBron James, the greatest player of his generation, and some would argue of all time. We can't take for granted what we've been able to witness.
The Nets making a switch here. Dinwiddie's checked in. That misses, so he splits the free throws. And now in his mid-30s, LeBron showing no sign of slowing down.
Man, his dedication to training and really maintaining his body, second to none. Alongside his prodigious athleticism, it seems that's made a huge difference. Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
2 shots.
The free throw drops for Durant.
And at this point, there simply is no doubt that Kevin Durant is one of the great shooters to ever play the game. The only question is just where on the all-time list will he land when we talk about the unstoppable scorer.
Bradley's checked in for Rajon Rondo. Both shots good from the stripe. And with Durant, perhaps the most amazing part, he can have quiet nights, Greg, of 30-plus points.
Kevin, his scores are just so easy for him that you forget you aren't supposed to see 7-foot sharpshooters doing it. He can score from anywhere in any fashion and can hold his own with any player in history in terms of how unguardable he is.
Now here's Davis. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over.
A brief check now of the stats for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. How last month turned out for him, putting up about 10 points a night, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. And there isn't much to write home about with his numbers. I think he'd like to up his contributions.
Yeah, but you got to earn that chance. I mean, you get what you earn. His numbers are fine, but he's not going to get a lot more floor time unless he turns it up a notch.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
Nets trail by 14. Irving with the ball. 6 points for him. Pass to Durant. Lobs it up for Jordan, and DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop.
Tell you what, you wouldn't know they're the team trailing when they're able to pull off plays like that.
And it's slammed in by Davis.
Like the sun rising every day, you can count on LeBron to have his head up scanning the floor and finding the open man.
And so it's Irving with it, bringing it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Outside Jordan, back to Irving. Oh, and he's going up for the alley-oop here, and finished off by KD.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking.
Oh, I tell you what, he loaded up as much power as he could behind that two-hander.
Now here's James. 11 points in the game. Bounce pass Howard. Trying to get open is Davis. That shot by Caldwell-Pope, no good. Nets trail by 12. Prince wide open. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got 3 assists tonight.
And Irving is comfortable running the offense. When a teammate's open, he's quick to whip it around and get him a good look.
Over in the corner, Caldwell-Pope shoots over Dinwiddie. That one a little long.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks a lot. LeBron, are you getting the ball where you want to get it, and is that helping you score?
I'm very pleased with my individual performance right now, but not so pleased with how I'm trying to help our teammates. I got to do a better job of trying to get our teammates in the flow as well as keep myself in a good groove too. So hopefully I can do a better job of that in the second half.
We'll see how it goes. Thanks, LeBron. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. You're watching the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. It was a big-time first quarter from Anthony Davis. He had 12 points, 7 rebounds, and 1 block. And taking a look at the Lakers, Shaq, what'd you think?
Well, what's really shifted the game in their favor has been their rebounding. They got a good edge on the boards, and that's a product of their hard work. All 5 guys have been battling, putting everything they have to fight on the glass. That needs to remain the focus for 2 more quarters if they want to hang on to their lead.
And Kenny, what are your thoughts on Brooklyn?
Well, they shot under 40% in the first half. There's your deficit. They missed some open looks, wide open. But overall, I thought the offense was stacked. Look for their coach to draw up some specific plays to try to jumpstart them in the second half.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
Well, he left his mark on that first half with his quick hands. Great sense of timing to pile up the steals.
Well, I thought it was a great defensive performance for him so far. He's aware, he's alive, he's alert, quick to react to everything that's going on around him. Can't do it much better than that.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Lakers leading by 9. Taking a look at Los Angeles. LeBron and Davis, the incredible forward pair. Rondo and Caldwell Pope in the backcourt. And it's Howard in at the center. The three-pointer is right on target.
Yeah, and once he gets the switch turned on, Caldwell Pope is not going to be slowed down. He can heat up quickly.
LeVert against Caldwell Pope. LeVert the pass to Jordan. That's good. And it's LeVert with the assist. LeVert's got 3 assists now in this one.
The defense left him just a little window to get through, and he just ducked in for the layup. Terrific job.
Now here's Rondo. Now LeBron. And it's Davis missing.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, tampering is a touchy subject, but it's a word we're hearing more often. Teams want to retain their star players, but they know that there's always talk during a season. Now, teams can only express interest in a player when he hits free agency. Players can talk amongst each other freely all season. Star players like LeBron James are tied into their front offices. And some people wonder if there's much of a difference between what the player says and what his team is thinking. Kevin?
Good point, David. Thank you. Now, here's Durant. Following the miss by Anthony Davis. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Davis. That'll be his second foul of the game. "90 seconds now into the second half. Lobs it up for Jordan, and DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
And how about the communication between teammates on that alley-oop?
And that's what you need to pull that thing off.
Boy, both ends of that play, guys, were fantastic.
Now here's LeBron. 11 points in the game. LeVert against Caldwell Pope. The shot's good. Rondo's got his second bucket of the night.
And although not the biggest guy, you gotta love how Rondo uses his body inside. Has a great touch as well around the rim.
And with the signing of Durant and Irving along with DeAndre Jordan, Greg, are the Brooklyn Nets now claiming the mantle for the top team in New York?
Listen, they were already the better team a season ago. After stealing the Knicks' thunder in free agency, acquiring the superstar talent, they're poised to steal the Knicks' cultural relevance as well.
Here's Rondo after the made shot from KD. James dishes to Caldwell Pope. And stolen by Prince. In transition, here come the Nets. And that one, good. Prince has got 7 points.
Everything working for him out of the half as they've hit 4 of their first 5 shots.
James against Prince. LeBron passes to Caldwell Pope. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. He's got 14.
They found a nice groove in this half, starting out 3 for 4.
Irving against Rondo. The three from KD. Offensive rebound, Nets. The kick out to Irving. Shot clock at 6. That shot, no good. And here's James. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. They led the game at one point by 20. And they're off to Philadelphia after this game as they'll take on the 76ers. That will conclude a 5-game road trip for them. So for the Nets, Jared Allen's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. And Harris subbed in for Taurean Prince. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. JaVale McGee's checked in for Dwight Howard. Now, here is Irving. 6 points for him. Here's Durant. Great D that time from Davis.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
Wilson Chandler's checked in for the Nets. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for the Lakers. Green comes in for Caldwell Pope. Nets trail by 8. Irving passes to Harris. It's LeVert on the wing. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. LeVert's got his second bucket.
You got to D up LeVert better than that, Kevin. I mean, he excels at scoring over the defense.
Irving against Rondo. Outside, Green. Pass to Kuzma. He kicks to Rondo. 5 to shoot. Here's Davis. Brooklyn with the rebound.
You know, guys, you can tell he wants to contribute more, but his teammates have picked up the slack for him. That's what being on the team is all about.
Now here is Harris. And Davis sends it back.
Boy, I tell you what, Davis uses his length so well. I mean, a defensive stalwart who holds his ground, and because of his timing and length and athleticism, he's an excellent shot blocker.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Los Angeles.
They keep piling up the assists, and they haven't cooled off at all.
Another thing they've done tonight is work the ball into the paint for plenty of those close range points. You got to have those.
Free throw good, Kuzma.
And positionless basketball, all the rage, and Kyle Kuzma really fits that mold. Is he a 3? Is he a 4? I don't know, but he gets buckets.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. And very light-footed is Kuzma. Moves well for his size.
You know, kind of a tweener in terms of build, but he has the ability to light up that scoreboard, something every team can use.
It's good. That's now 8 points for Kyrie Irving.
This is why I love his game. You really have to admire his tenacity.
Rondo against Irving. Kuzma passes to Davis. Over Chandler. Here's Kuzma. And Kuzma slams it in.
Boy, that's excellent work to get himself the and one chance. Kuzma's getting more and more savvy when it comes to getting to the line, drawing contact.
On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe. Dinwiddie's checked in for LeVert. Free throw good, Kuzma. And Clark, throughout your NBA career, you always wore number 33. How'd you end up picking that number?
Well, it goes back to my idolization of Lou Alcindor at the time, who is now known as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He was the first big, graceful guy I saw do a little bit of everything in his days at UCLA, and then I digested all kinds of books and stories about him and just really admired his work on and off the court. Because he wore 33, I chose 33.
Here's Rondo. Wilson Chandler making his last shot. Rondo passes to McGee. Back to Rondo. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. Rondo's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Nets trail by 9. Inside, here's Chandler. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
The Lakers have gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. Rondo passes to Davis. And Kuzma has it in the corner. Goes up on the wing. And no good. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. Chandler finds Irving. Allen outside. Back to Irving. A three-pointer off the mark. Los Angeles leading by 7. The drive by Green goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Green's got 6 points. For Brooklyn, they've gone 8 of 14 on their shot attempts here in the third. Some pretty nice work. Here's Allen. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's on JaVale McGee.
And, you know, when Allen gets this positioning, the defense is in trouble, which in turn forces them to commit the foul.
And a one-year player at Texas, Jared Allen came into the league as a bit of a project. He's got ample playing time to develop in Brooklyn.
The first free throw is good. And Greg, safe to say, Allen's defense is ahead of his offense.
Yeah, but his mobility and leaping ability serve him well as a finisher, providing that vertical spacing teams like to have inside.
Avery Bradley, he's checked in for Los Angeles. And Allen drops them both.
Boy, you know, you look at the raw athleticism of Allen, very enticing. I mean, he's a quick-footed, shot-blocking big guy. He's got a great future in this league, in my opinion.
Now, here's Bradley. Left side, Davis. To the inside, here's McGee. And it's sent back by Allen.
It's really hard to shoot over Allen, which is probably why you shouldn't try to do it.
The kick out to Irving. It's stolen by Green. It's Kuzma penetrating. That shot off. Nets trail by 7. And the foul on Avery Bradley. That's foul number 2 for him. And the Lakers with some changes. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, he's checked in for Green. And Quinn Cook subbed in for Bradley. Lined up there for Allen. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Boy, Allen always a threat, especially when you give him room to run. He's capable of banging it home.
Cook looking it over. Over Irving. Cook, good. Cook's got his first points in this one.
And just solid play out of them that time.
Here's Dinwiddie. And they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game. Pass to Irving. Over in the corner, Chandler. No good on the triple. And it's Kuzma with the ball for the Lakers. And Davis, here we go. And finished off by Davis.
How about the leaping ability of Davis? Easily gets off the ground to throw it down. And he's a quick jumper and decision maker.
Brooklyn trailing. Now, here is Irving. 8 points for him. Dinwiddie right side. That shot missing. Excellent D that time there from McGee. Here's Kuzma. A beautiful reverse layup. And now an 11-point Laker lead.
You know, once Kuzma has the position he wants inside, he does his thing fearlessly.
Here now is Dinwiddie. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. Clark, we're seeing a lot of shooters drawing contact. They have that art form down. They know exactly what to do and how to position their bodies, don't they?
Yeah, they really do, Kevin. And I don't know if anybody's any better than James Harden, in part because he's so skilled with the ball, but he's a really thick, strong, agile guard, which makes him hard to defend without fouling him. And he's really developed that ability to seek contact in a legal manner, and I don't think anybody does it any better than him.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Rondo's checked in. Here's McGee. Here's Davis. It's deflected.
Well, it's rare to see a block shot from a perimeter player like Dinwiddie, but good job that time.
3 on the clock. They shoot again. In deep, McGee drops it in. McGee's got his first basket of the night.
Just no resistance inside at all. They are feasting. This is a straight buffet.
It is. It's a big one. And load the plate.
Yeah, exactly. It sure is. Plenty of second opportunities. 8 of their last 10 points from the paint, but the defense still continues to back away and not show any aggression.
Irving can't get it to go. Here's Los Angeles now. It's been 8 unanswered points for him. Kuzma. And Kuzma slams it in.
Put that throttle down. Love seeing Kuzma on offense play with so much confidence.
1:49 left in the third quarter. Allen outside. Back to Dinwiddie. And the officials call a traveling violation. A chance to check out Los Angeles' upcoming schedule. On Saturday, they'll be matching up with Al Horford and the Philadelphia 76ers. And then on Tuesday, they'll be playing against Lou Williams and the Los Angeles Clippers.
And for that matchup with the Kings, that's going to be one where it would take a lot of errors and maybe a cold shooting night for things to go wrong. They just have that much of an advantage over that team.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. Anthony Davis really making a difference here.
And he's been taking it to the rack all game, and they haven't been able to contain him. They have to put up better fight on the inside.
So for the Nets, Jordan, he's checked in for Jared Allen. Durant comes in for Wilson Chandler. And it's Taurean Prince in for Kyrie Irving. Now here's Dinwiddie. Harris outside. There's the pass to Prince. Shot clock reset for the Nets. No good from Jordan.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
And, you know, they've got to be careful, because this is when the team concept breaks down and guys start playing hero ball.
.102 left in the third. Nets trail by 20. Harris outside. Back to Dinwiddie. Dishes to Jordan. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for Allen.
On the boards, he's been a much bigger presence these last few years than he had been prior. And he can be counted on now to make an impact with his rebounding. And that's a product of all the work he's put in down low.
And he can't get the first one.
And season 4 for Coach Kenny Atkinson with the Nets. You got to be impressed with the job he's done in Brooklyn.
Yeah, you know, Kenny is a hard worker. He's a bit of a grinder if you were trying to term what category he might fit into. And you see that in his team. And, you know, he admits it. He's getting better just like his players are. And that's a great, great statement, because we're all hopefully getting better as we move forward.
Now here's Rondo. He has 6. McGee with it. He's picked up by Jordan. And McGee kicks to Kuzma. And Kuzma slams it in.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
And what's been impressive is that it's not been any one player. It's been a collective effort, contributions from everybody.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Here is Durant. He's got 15. Takes a three. That one's not going to go. The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. Los Angeles on top, running away with this one. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the 4th quarter. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
And as we head into the 4th, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Dinwiddie runs the point with LeVert flanking him. Prince and Durant are at the 3 and the 4. And it's Jordan in at the 5 spot. So that's the Nets 5. KD with the bucket.
Hey, the unselfishness there by Dinwiddie, you love it. He's all about doing what's best for the team.
Dinwiddie against Rondo. Right side Davis. Caldwell Pope outside. Pass to Howard. 7-foot shot, and it's good. 2 points. And the Lakers lead by 20.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Yeah, and they're really getting pummeled on points in the paint here.
And it's Dinwiddie with the ball. Bringing it up now for the Brooklyn Nets. Regarding super teams, Clark, you and I have talked a lot about this. Many fans view them in a negative light, but they're actually something we've seen around in this game for a long time.
Yeah, you're right. So often we become prisoners of the present and we forget about what transpired in the past, but the Celtics in the 60s were as dominant as any team in the history of the game. The Lakers in the 80s, the Bulls in the 90s. But I guess fans have a complaint because they feel those teams came together more organically compared to what seems to be a movement by free agents that has led to dominant championship teams. Although the Warriors pretty much have built their championship team through the draft.
LeBron, he's checked in for Davis. About a minute and a half through the 4th quarter now. KD with it. Pass to LeVert. Fires it up. And that one hits back iron.
No excuses, none. I mean, with the defense non-existent, I mean, he has to connect from there. You know, guys, I would call that methodical but explosive. You know, he waits for the opportunity and then boom, right to the rack.
Now, Dinwiddie. And we're about 2 minutes into the 4th quarter now. Durant against James. Kicks it out to Dinwiddie. Clock at 6. LeVert from outside. Rebounded by Howard.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Outside Rondo. Caldwell Pope outside. Kuzma inside. Guarded by Jordan. The shot's good from Kuzma.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
And you know, that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Outside, KD. And that one goes long.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
And it's Rondo penetrating, and he lays it straight in.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
Now, here's Dinwiddie. Clark, the NBA gives out so many awards at the end of the season. Is there an award missing that you'd like to see?
You know what? I think they've got the bases covered really well with the number of awards they give out, Kevin. But I would like to perhaps see consideration given to a sophomore campaign award. That would be kind of cool because sometimes the Rookie of the Year, at least recently, has been a little cloudy because a rookie had been in the league a year, Ben Simmons, case in point, and then was counted. It was actually technically his second year, but his first year of playing. So a sophomore award might be something worth adding to the list.
That's a great idea. And the first one at the line is good. And he can't hit the second. A go-to scores mentality for Kyle Kuzma, Clark. He's got a wide array of shots at his disposal.
Well, I don't know if there's a more versatile scorer as a young player in the league than Kuzma. He's got the turnaround jumper, the sky hook, step backs, drives it aggressively. Boy, he has got a lot in that book bag of his.
Here's Dinwiddie after Rajon Rondo's bucket. And here's LeVert. Passes it to KD. And stolen by LeBron. Down low. Here's Caldwell Pope. Goes in for the dunk.
Yeah, you got to respect the awareness level of Rondo. When his teammates have a clean look at the basket, the ball gets there without hesitation.
Brooklyn's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Dinwiddie against Rondo. The three from KD. Dwight Howard pulls it in. Howard's got rebound number 9 now. What? Oh, my goodness.
Oh, yeah.
What a play.
Tell you what, just add that one to the highlight reel. James is truly one of the greatest slam dunkers of all time.
The Nets have gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. Prince outside. Clark, we've had sponsors on the uniforms for a couple of seasons now. Do you think everyone's grown used to seeing them?
Yeah, I think it's a normal part of the landscape, and it will take a little more time. I've noticed them myself as I've watched games. We're certainly a far cry from looking like NASCAR drivers, which I think is a good thing. You want them to be done visibly, but not overdone.
James against Durant. Caldwell Pope on the wing. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. LeBron's got his 6th assist on the night.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
Now the pass to Jordan. Here's Durant. Rebounded by the Lakers.
I wonder if switching baskets really threw him off. I mean, because he can't get anything to fall this half.
Pass to Kuzma. Tries from 7. Howard trying to free himself up. Durant with some nice D. For Brooklyn, they've gotten only 3 of their 9 field goal attempts to go down since the end of the third. Pretty cold down the stretch.
And deadly from pretty much anywhere on the court. Durant is a relentless scorer.
LeBron against KD. Outside Rondo. Howard, the pass to Kuzma. And stolen by Prince. Durant with a wide open look. Durant with another miss. And here's James. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. And finished off by LeBron.
And LeBron is a force rolling to the rim. When he's diving inside, he's looking for the punch.
Here's Dinwiddie. Prince outside. Clark, you and I are amazed at how the global interest of the NBA has just gone through the roof. The league has made a lot of right moves, I think, in this area.
They sure have, Kevin. I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, the international reach through what coaches in this country have done in teaching the game and promoting the game, not just coaches but players as well. I think there's something about the game of basketball that just really transcends cultures. The pace of the game, the personality of the players, the creativity of the game, all of that lends itself to being so popular globally.
Waiters into the lane. That shot is off, and Brooklyn will come the other way.
And, you know, even though they're on top, they're winning. I mean, they could use more from him, trying to shut the door on this one. You got to have a good basketball IQ to be effective. I love the decision to kick it out.
Here is Cook. James outside. Waiters on the wing. Back to LeBron, and LeBron throws it down.
Boy, he's fantastic at playing to his strengths. Doesn't get outside of himself. I mean, when he's scoring at an efficient clip like that, he's hard to stop.
The Nets have gone 5 of 12 from the field entering the fourth quarter. Pass to Musa. Banked in off the glass.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
LA's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the three ball here. James with it. Waiters outside. Clark, here's kind of an interesting perspective question for you. How much of making it to the NBA is talent? How much of it is the work you put into it?
Kevin, if I were to give this a ratio, I would probably say 65% talent, 35% work ethic, because you have to have a level of unique giftedness to be an NBA player. Many can work really hard and not be NBA caliber. So I think there's, I tilt that 65-35 talent to work ethic.
For Brooklyn, they've gone only 6 of 14 from the field in the fourth. And the foul called on Markieff Morris. That is his first foul of the game. And Los Angeles with some changes. JaVale McGee comes in for James. And it's Alex Caruso in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Here's Caruso. Here's Temple. And again, it's the Nets missing. LA's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Morris passes to Caruso. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
How about that one? Able to maintain control and finish the play.
Yeah, we call that playing through the whistle. You know, he didn't give up on it when he heard the whistle. He kept his focus, his concentration, and he found a way to get the shot up and down.
One shot.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Yeah, they've not missed a single foul shot this half, and that's taking care of business, fellas.
Here's Temple. Clark, take us inside the halftime locker room in the NBA.
Well, players typically just regroup individually. There may be some conversation between the players as a group, but then the coaches will huddle, evaluate what transpired in the first half, what adjustments need to be made, and then they'll communicate that to the team. And it's basically a time to rest and regroup for the players to adjust and strategize for the coaches.
Clark, do you think there's any videotape review in there, maybe showing players certain sets, certain schemes?
In this day and age, for sure, with the use of iPads and technology. If you go back to my time, there was no quick turnaround of video in the halftime locker room.
Right, right. I do know officials do that, too, in their locker room at halftime. And for Brooklyn, they're shooting only 35% in the fourth quarter. The offense looking a little rickety. And it's Cook with the ball for Los Angeles. Here's Caruso. Here's McGee. Passes it to Caruso. Kicks it to Cook. Lakers working the ball around now. There's 1:38 left here in the fourth quarter. Here's Temple. The pass to Chandler. Shot clock at 3. Here's Temple. And the Nets miss again.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range. And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Lakers.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And this will push their record to 39 wins in a good effort tonight.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
It sure is. It's just a 2-gamer since they're in opposite conferences, and you can bet they'll take the same approach right into game 2 that they had tonight.
And something we've come to almost expect is greatness from this guy. Such an overall great performance it was for LeBron.
Tell you what, this guy worked his behind off on both ends of the floor. He was really an intimidating presence out there.
Caruso, the pass to Waiters. It's hauled in by Claxton. And here's Chandler from the arc. Rebound the Lakers. Here's Caruso. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. AD, it looked like you guys were having some fun out there. Is there a new dynamic coming up offensively?
No, we just don't care who scored the ball. So the ball movement was great. Everybody was rebounding and talking. So when you play like that, it's fun to watch. You know, and everybody out there having fun, smiling, a lot of emotion. That's all we asked. That's all Coach asked for, and we did that tonight.
Good win tonight, AD. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.